the narrative has shifted again, focusing on Diddy's reaction in court. During day 2 of the trial following Cassie's powerful testimony, what specific details emerged from Cassie's revelations that seemingly caused Diddy to lose it? And what does it mean that Diddy was initially perceived as an untouchable mogul? How did this perception seemingly change as Cassie's testimony unfolded? The provided text highlights the contrast between Diddy's initial confidence and his subsequent visible distress as Cassie spoke. What were the specific allegations from Cassie's testimony that appeared to have such a profound impact on him? The description mentions chilling incidents. What kind of details did she share that elicited such a strong reaction in the courtroom? Furthermore, the text mentions evidence no one saw coming, including photos, messages, and testimony. What was the nature of this unexpected evidence, and how did it contribute to the alleged shattering of Diddy's carefully built facade? What specific visible reactions did observers note in Diddy as this evidence was presented? Let's break down the key aspects highlighted in this update. The initial public perception of Diddy as an untouchable mogul. The text begins by noting the public's prior perception of Diddy as an untouchable mogul and a kingmaker. What factors contributed to this image? Was it his success in the music industry, his business ventures, his public persona, or a combination of these? Understanding this initial perception is crucial to appreciating the potential impact of Cassie's testimony and the subsequent revelations. How did the media and the public generally view Diddy before these allegations gained significant traction? Analysis of specific allegations from Cassie's testimony. The core of this update revolves around Cassie's testimony on day 2 of the trial. While the text doesn't explicitly detail the specific allegations, it emphasizes their impactful nature, describing them as chilling incidents. What kind of accusations did Cassie reportedly make? Did she recount specific instances of alleged abuse, control, or misconduct? The nature of these allegations is vital to understanding why they might have elicited a strong reaction from Diddy and shifted the courtroom atmosphere. Observing Diddy's reactions in the courtroom as the testimony unfolded. A key focus of this narrative is Diddy's visible reactions as Cassie testified. The text notes a transformation, with his swagger disappearing and his calm crumbling. What specific behaviors or expressions did observers reportedly witness? Did he appear agitated, upset, defeated, or something else entirely? These real-time reactions can often be telling, and can influence the perception of guilt or innocence in the eyes of those present and the public. Examination of how Cassie's evidence, including photos, messages, and testimony, shocked the court. The mention of evidence no one saw coming, including photos and messages, suggests the presentation of potentially concrete corroboration of Cassie's claims. What might have been depicted in these photos or contained in these messages? Did they directly support her allegations of specific incidents? The fact that this evidence reportedly shocked even seasoned reporters implies its significant and perhaps unexpected nature. How did this evidence contrast with what had been presented previously? The narrative paints a picture of a courtroom where the power dynamics seemed to shift as Cassie spoke and evidence was presented. The initial image of a confident mogul reportedly gave way to one of visible distress. What does this suggest about the impact of Cassie's testimony and the evidence on Diddy? Could his reactions be interpreted as an admission of guilt, or simply the stress of facing serious accusations? JustHolly's analysis aims to provide insights into these courtroom developments. What specific analysis did they offer regarding Diddy's reactions and the significance of Cassie's testimony and the presented evidence? Their perspective as observers of celebrity, news and entertainment industry events could provide context and interpretation of the unfolding drama. The questions posed: what exactly drove him to such visible panic? Highlight the central mystery of this update. What aspects of Cassie's testimony and the evidence were so impactful that they seemingly caused Diddy to lose his composure in court? To fully grasp the significance of these events, we need to know more about the specifics of Cassie's testimony and the nature of the shocking evidence. However, based on the provided information, it appears that day 2 of the trial was a turning point, potentially revealing a stark contrast between Diddy's public image and the reality being presented in court. The focus on Diddy's visible reactions adds a layer of human drama to the legal proceedings. It suggests that the testimony and evidence were not just abstract legal points but had a direct and emotional impact on the accused. This can influence public perception and potentially the jury's assessment of the case. The claim that Diddy initially appeared confident, ready for another day, sets up a dramatic contrast with his subsequent reported distress. This suggests that Cassie's testimony and the evidence presented were particularly compelling and unexpected, capable of unsettling even someone who might have felt secure in their position. The mention of Diddy's carefully built facade shattering implies that Cassie's revelations pierced through his public persona, exposing a vulnerability or perhaps a reaction that aligned more closely with the accusations against him. The unfolding narrative raises several questions. What were the specific chilling incidents Cassie detailed? What was so surprising about the photos and messages presented as evidence? How did Diddy's demeanor change throughout Cassie's testimony? And what are the potential legal ramifications of these developments? It's important to remember the disclaimer about potential gossip and exaggeration. However, even with that caveat, the description paints a compelling picture of a dramatic day in court where Cassie's testimony seemingly had a significant and visible impact on Diddy. What will be the follow-up from Diddy's legal team? How will they attempt to counter Cassie's testimony and the presented evidence? The dynamics of the trial appear to have shifted, and the coming days will likely reveal the strategies and counter-arguments that will be employed. In conclusion, the account of Day 2 of the trial suggests a powerful and impactful testimony from Cassie, one that seemingly elicited a strong and negative reaction from Diddy in court. The introduction of unexpected evidence further intensified the drama. The unfolding narrative raises significant questions about the truth of the allegations and the potential consequences for Diddy. What a dramatic turn of events! What will be revealed next?